Hello, I am the host, Free Little, of Simply Free Little Talk. And I am so excited this evening because I have a special guest. She is extraordinary. I'm telling you, that is not enough credit when I say extraordinary. Ashley Stewart, I'm just shaking my head with amazement because I was blessed to see her transformation. Ashley Stewart is the CEO of the foundation, the Baby Steward Foundation. Absolutely amazing. If I tell you, if you have ever faced a situation where you felt like your heart was literally ripped out of your body, but you still was alive and you had to go through the process. I seen this young lady experience that. So when I think of Ashley, I think of an incredible individual who has transformed, who has the strength and the courage that most of us do not want to face the next day after tragedy. But not only did she face tragedy and transform through it, she is now a person that is pouring out and giving to others. I cannot waste any more time with me giving her all these wonderful praise and accolades that is due to her. Yes, it is. But let me let you meet Ashley Stewart. Miss Ashley, welcome, welcome, welcome to
Hello.
the Simply Free Little Show. Yes.
Thank you. Such an honor to be here.
Yes. It is an honor to have you here. I was so excited to bring you on the show because, as I stated, the courage that I know that you walk in, the anointing that's on your life as a result of tragedy. I'll let you share what the tragedy I've referenced several times, but what brought you to the place of the Baby Steward Foundation?
Well, honestly, growing up, I always had a big capacity to care. Always wanted to give back to others that were just simply in need, regardless of socioeconomic status. If people had a genuine need, if they needed a boost up, just a little help and encouragement. I just always wanted that for myself. Um, Miss Little, I watched you, I watched your sister, Miss Valencia,
Mm-hmm.
and my mom also.
Yes,
You all worked
definitely.
together, you all volunteered. We also, as a family, volunteered for you all's annual back to school bash, and that inspired me to give back as well. So I would go with my mother to go help people, to give back to different shelters. And I noticed when I graduated from college, I had struggles, and I moved to Austin, Texas, because I couldn't find, proper employment. I worked for the state for a little bit, and then I worked for a job where I was overworked and underpaid and undervalued.
Mm.
I found myself getting social services from different churches, different agencies through the city. I became pregnant and couldn't make ends meet. I went through homelessness. And I always thought in the back of my mind, like, I never thought that I would find myself in those shoes. I went to college, I did all the right things. I worked hard, and it just felt like it wasn't enough. I was empowering people. However, I found
Mm.
myself in a situation where I was down bad, but I still
Ooh.
found the courage,
Yes.
unemployed, underemployed or not, to go volunteer at the Salvation Army and just to have that heart to go into philanthropy. So I went through the necessary things, schooling and credentialing for nonprofit leadership and management. That's when I met Barry Silverberg, and that was a time when I was
Mm.
unemployed. He encouraged me. So when I found myself, in a situation of homelessness, I kind of was, isolated. Life came at me fast, job loss, new job, husband, pregnancy. And once I got on my feet, it just felt like, life was just throwing me all kind of things. I do recall saying a prayer just every day, Lord, just get me through these things in life without feeling defeated, without feeling discouraged, without feeling broken. Whatever life throw at me, don't let it take me down. Don't let it drag
Mm,
me out. Just give me the courage and the strength to get through it. And I just never thought that the prayer that I said every day would get me through infant loss.
come on, speak on that.
So
Mm,
when I lost my child at 3.5 months old, it was just very, very devastating to me. I never felt that type of pain. I never went through such a thing like this. So I didn't know what to do. I was 27 years old. I was a first time
yeah.
mom, having to make arrangements. That's when, I met with E.R. Johnson, and
Yes.
his
Mhm.
staff. He was just so compassionate, so patient with me and my family through the process. And I just didn't think that that type of compassion existed with the amount of trauma and the type of loss that I went through. Because, when it comes to infant loss, child loss, people don't really speak out about it. They isolate themselves.
Yeah.
They go through the motions. They don't try. Some people just give up. And I knew that's not what my child wanted for me. I just remember the joy that he had, the happiness we shared in that brief amount of time. And I just woke up from the tears and the pain. And I said, this is not how I want my child to be remembered. I just don't want him to be another name in the book. So I had to go back to my roots. And think of what ways I can commemorate him. And that was with the nonprofit. And God spoke to me. And I asked you to be on board. And I was glad that you agreed, your sister. So y'all were the first board members. And I reached out to Barry, which was my mentor and the
Yeah.
teacher of my nonprofit certification class.
All
I
right.
remember he told me about 5 times, Ashley, you are not ready for this. Go volunteer at a nonprofit, learn the ropes. It's not what you think before, you can start a nonprofit. But once I told him the story, he knew nothing about it.
Mm,
And I told him about the loss of my son, and I was like, this is just a way I want to honor him. I'm like, sir, I walked away from everything, my car, my apartment, all my belongings. They are in Austin.
everything.
I'm back at home in Lamar, Texas City area. I was like, whatever I got to do, I will pay you. And I knew it was no amount of money. Like the cost for his services, his experience,
Mm,
about starting at $2,000 to maybe like 7,000.
mm.
And when he told me nothing, just never give up on your dream of having this nonprofit and never let it go away. That's the
And you
only way you
didn't.
can repay me.
Oh,
It
now
gets
that was
hard every
beautiful.
day.
Now
It gets
that was
hard.
beautiful.
Thank
That
you.
was beautiful. And what I love about the Baby Steward Foundation, it really does give back. Everything that you just shared with the audience is so true. And it's also apropos of your character, your spirit, your drive, what you said you wanted God to do. You spoke about a prayer, and I'm going to attach it to your faith. The prayer you prayed and the faith that you release into the atmosphere, the stratosphere, the hemisphere, and even into the environment, it made it conducive for God to move, because everything you're doing. Listen up, this lady here. I had to write these credentials down. Now I'm amazed. She is the child, and if I correct me if I'm wrong, Ashley, the child passenger safety check. She's certified for this, which is your car safety. She's a grief coach. She's a grief educator. She's a mental health educator, correct?
Mental
And
health first aider.
first aider, mental health first aider. So she can assist. Now, this is the part that I like. Out of her tragedy, she has upgraded herself, educated herself so that she can help others. So she has been trained to recognize if there's crisis with others going on. And then she has the funeral director. And then there's something else you said earlier, you shared with
Embalmer. Embalmer.
embalming. I told her my story as a kid. I said, no, 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 I can't do that. I played in a funeral home as a kid and walked in the wrong room. And that was it for me. I commend you. I can't do
Thank
that.
you.
Wow. But let me say this, the foundation also provides baby diapers, and there's a pregnancy. What do you guys do for women that are pregnant? Because I want you to share more about what
Oh,
you guys do.
yes, ma'am. So if a mother is expecting, I mean, we even have single fathers come to us, or just families in general. If you
Yes.
have an infant or a toddler, we have the supplies in stock because right now COVID hit us kind of hard. What we typically do is get a box together, put the baby necessities in there, including the diapers and the wipes,
Mm,
clothing, and that's for toddlers too. So we
yes.
want to equip families with the necessary after or before they leave the hospital.
That is so amazing. And even you go the step, I call it a step further. When you know that there's a family that's grieving, you have a candle visuals.
Right. So
My
every
God.
year,
Mm.
yeah, every year we host a candlelight visual. We moved it to the beach so
Oh,
everyone
that's
can
beautiful.
participate, have social distancing, and we can all be safe and have a good time. People are allowed to share their sentiments, and then if some don't want to share, it's completely fine. We light our candles, we say the baby's names or all loved ones. We try to honor everyone that night,
Yes.
and we throw our roses
Mm.
in the water, you know, cast away our fears and everything in the fire on those nights. So it's a beautiful experience.
It seems like it would be. I'm just so grateful that God has used you as an example for all of us, that we don't have to stay stuck in tragedy. We don't have to be individuals that are so caught up in our own tragedy and our own situations that we are unable to give back. You showed us not only will God give you strength, but you will operate in a way that it absolutely brings people closer to God, but also you give them that peace to grieve. You show them how to effectively grieve. That's remarkable.
Yes,
So
thank
share a
you.
little bit more of what the foundation, because I'm only giving a tidbit. I want you to share with them more of what the Baby Steward Foundation actually do. I just get excited
Okay.
about what you're doing. It's so beautiful. It's so
Yes,
beautiful.
ma'am. Thank you.
You're
So
welcome.
yes, ma'am. We started off with infants, toddlers, and we expanded throughout the years because the needs in the community began to grow more rapidly.
Mm-hmm.
So we started helping everyone with hygiene needs. So we would make hygiene bags or boxes for families and individuals, basic needs,
Yeah.
toothpaste, toothbrush, deodorant, soap. We also started handing out clothing, shoes, and all of this has been curbside even before COVID. We would
Come
actually
on.
leave these boxes of goods at the homes of the families or meet with them. We are 100% mobile. Maybe in time we will have our building where we can have intake and have families come in. That's a long term goal, but right now we are just meeting clients where they are. Transportation
Meeting them where they
is a
are.
barrier, right? Transportation is a barrier in Galveston County, so we just try to come
Yes.
to those sick and shut in. Now that expanded, how we help the elderly. We also help the homeless population, and we are partnered, with your sister, and we
Yes.
work very well with her for the master's
Yes.
table
Yes, you guys.
every quarter. Yes, and we love the master's table and serving
Mhm.
the people and connecting with them and giving them toiletries and what we have.
That is beautiful. I
Thank you.
just want everyone to know that you can overcome anything, and you truly are that example of someone who has overcome so much adversity, tragedy, of losing a infant, but yet you're still pushing, yet you're still giving, yet you're still pouring out. So where does that strength come from, Ashley? Think she's having trouble hearing you.
Okay, one moment.
Can you
I
hear
was having
now?
some connection issues.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, if you can hear, I wanted you to address the audience, the listening audience, as where does your strength come from? That you who you are today.
Can you still hear me?
I can see and hear you. Were you able to hear me?
Okay. Um, okay. I'm
Ashley, are
having
you
some
able to hear
connection
me?
issues.
Okay. I know you're on your phone, so I can't call you to so you can hear me. Are you trying now to is the audio? I saw when it had gone out. Well, as Ashley is trying to work to be able to hear me, she can go in and out and be able to come back. But in the meantime, there was messages that say, "That's my girl. She's amazing. Come on, I'm proud of you." You have another comment that said, "Ashley, you are strong, and I'm proud of you." And I concur with Miss Long and Miss Ramar because I feel the same way. I know, and I've seen Ashley, like I stated in the beginning, that her heart was literally ripped out of her chest with the loss of her baby. You lose an infant, and that's traumatic within itself. But then you have to go through burying your child. And once she ended up having to bury her child, I saw her even in this state, and I can even have a flashback and share with you the first time we did anything for the baby Steward Foundation. She was still not herself completely. She was still in a state of shock and numb. But this lady has persevered. She has courage and strength that I haven't seen in a lot of people. I'm just telling the truth over here, Ashley. I'm
Okay. I
telling
was having
you,
some connection issues. I'm so
yes.
sorry.
No, you're fine. It's okay. None of us are perfect, and not is and the technology is not as well. So
Yeah.
I was explaining to the listening audience that you are really a phenomenal lady, a
Thank you.
young, phenomenal lady with strength and courage. So I wanted you to share with us, where do you get that strength from?
Honestly, the strength comes from my faith. My faith walk with God.
Mhm.
When my back is against the wall, when I feel alone, I don't have anyone to talk to. I just look to God. I just lean on Him for guidance, for strength, for peace. And it's nothing like His peace and His
Mhm.
joy.
Yes, and I'm glad. And Valicia Burns said, "Ashley, I'm so proud of you."
Thank
I
you.
read some other messages from uh, YouTube. Miss Alicia Long said, "My girl is amazing. Come on, I'm proud of you." And
Thank
then
you.
Miss Audrey Ramar Romar, excuse me, Ashley, you are strong and I'm proud of you.
Thank
You
you,
know, we have
Auntie.
to hear these type of encouragement because I was there through your transition and I
Yeah.
seen you and I send you messages, and I'm Ashley, I'm so proud of you. I'm just grateful for what I see God doing through you. I just want to read some things. There's Miss Carolyn Jones say, um, giving is a good feeling. Cynthia Lacey says, "Amen," with praying hands. And Miss Shavonda said, "Hey, ladies," and she's just encouraging you. And I'm just so grateful. The people are sound. She says, "Absolutely, victorious. Your story is victorious. It is. It has encouraged and strengthened me that if I ever face anything, and I've seen you, I've seen the transformation. This is absolutely a story of transformation. You got a Kimberly W says, It has been a blessing to see her dreams come to fruition. As a friend, she is definitely an inspiration. And I totally concur,
Thank you.
because I've seen you walk this thing out. I've seen you talk about a foundation, and then here it is, and you're doing greater than what you started out to do. All the
Thank you.
wonderful things that the Baby Steward Foundation is doing, you have exceeded your expectations of honoring your son. Share with us more of the things that you are enjoying with families, your interaction with the families.
With my clients, with some of them, we get very personable. I'm gonna be honest with you. When I walk into the homes, I don't do my research.
Mhm.
I have full protection, with just
Come
God,
on.
God Almighty. When I walk into the homes, when I see them on
Yes.
the streets or anything, I don't know what I'm getting into. I don't know them. They don't know me,
Mm.
but they trust me, with their families and with their needs. And I love that the most. And I have cried with clients. I have laughed with clients. I sat on their couches. I sat by their bedside, listening to stories.
Yes.
You know, I'm grateful for this time that I had on my layoff from my previous job, because it allowed me to elevate more within the foundation and connect more with the families and with the community. I mean, it's a feeling like no other. And most
Mm.
do not know my story, most of my
Yes.
clients. However, when we are talking, or maybe they do their research, they might Google me or look on a little further on Facebook, and they say, wow, I never knew. I'm complaining about, not having to afford diapers, but I couldn't
Mhm.
imagine having to bury a child. Or they'll
Yes.
ask me, what grief or what type of loss is the worst?
Mm.
Losing a sibling, losing a parent, losing a child. And I'll tell
Mhm.
them, look, pause.
Mm.
Your grief is unique, and your grief
Yes.
is in that category of the worst. So I can't put, the boxes, oh, this is worse and this is
Yes.
not. But man, me and my clients, we connect. They're so supportive. The families, I love it. I love helping people. It's like, it's not
Yes, you
a
do.
job, right? It's just, you know, it's natural, just like human nature, just to give and just to help, and
Mm.
just to listen.
Well, I am even encouraged more, and I've said that several times, and I'm sure anyone listening to your story for the first time, they would be amazed of your transition, but the transition into desiring to help people more. That's all your heart desires to do, is to see others happy and to bring them from a place of grieving to a place of laughter and joy once again. And you are inspiring your clients. Your clients are very happy because they're getting the results that more than what they expected. And like you said, it's a personal thing, it's intimate. So with your training, and without disclosing details of someone's situation, what things have you experienced that you can share? I mean, of course, they all end up in great outcomes because of your love and your patience with them. Just share some things that kind of made you say, God, I know you give me the strength for this.
Well, one situation I walked into blindly was a single father.
Mm.
He was referred to the organization. He wasn't really much older than me. And just walking and seeing the living conditions, it 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 just broke my heart. I got in the car, I broke down, I cried. I went in the house and broke down and
Mm.
cried. I helped him maybe two or three other times after that.
Yeah.
And he told me, he just prayed and prayed. His prayers was answered.
Oh,
Somebody cared. And when I felt
yes.
exhausted that I couldn't do anymore, a group of ladies
Mm.
online, which I didn't even know, came to my house, mailed packages to the Baby Steward Foundation of diapers, and he had the rest, like enough diapers for the remaining of the year. So that
Mm.
was,
That's
they sent
awesome.
about 6 months worth of diapers. And to hear his testimony,
Yes.
And he was a college graduate and everything. He had a lot going for him, but just fell on hard times. So, I'm definitely not quick to judge or,
Good.
you know, but it transformed his life, receiving the help, knowing that somebody saw him in this time of need.
I like that. I want to piggyback on that. That you saw him in his time of need. You provided the services that he needed, but more importantly, he said somebody cared.
Yeah.
Just that simple, that simplistic. Somebody cared. I want to switch gears here with who works with you, what organizations, what agencies, and if there's other foundations and agencies that would like to partner with you, what is that process?
Okay. So as Master's Table,
Yes.
God's Kingdom.
In
Um,
Restoration Ministries, yes.
right.
Pastor Manuel and Pastor Sherlyn Thomas and Elder Valicia Burns.
Yes. So we're definitely partnered and hands-on. We're locked in. We also have our corporate partnerships, which is Walmart, Bombas. Um, we have we have a lot. CWS just reconnected with us. They're
Awesome.
great. We saw how they came to the church and worked wonders at the start of the pandemic, and
Mm-hmm.
that was a beautiful, beautiful experience. Maddie Apparel, which is women's underwear,
Isn't that awesome? That's good.
and Cambrell Foundation. They're in Galveston County, right in Lamar.
Yeah.
I love Miss Tanya. She's partnered with us. She helps me a whole lot, and wow, she just took me under her wing and
That's a
was like,
blessing.
"Look, Ashley, this is how you do it."
It's how you do it.
Mm.
And I love that. And the reason we wanted to give her partners acknowledgement, and if anyone feels they were missed, Ashley's not intentionally doing that. She just wants to acknowledge that so many individuals came to her in her time of need, that's why it's crucially important that she desires to give back so much in the community. So, Ashley, if someone wanted to make a donation to the Baby Steward Foundation, how do we go about doing so?
You can find us on PayPal, so it's the Baby Steward Found.
Baby Steward.
That's our tag name for PayPal. So that's the best way
Okay.
to donate, and it's really quick because honestly, when I get a donation and a client calls me, "Hey, I'm in need. We don't have it in
Mhm.
stock." I'm able to meet that immediate need that way.
Well, I would love to see more people do what you have done. You've taken a very tragic situation, the loss of your own infant, and you are now giving back beyond babies. It started out with just babies and car seats. I remember that, and maybe some Pampers and baby wipes. And now it's meeting the needs of an entire family. And she
Yes.
is still humble like she was day one. She is still compassionate like she was day one. And now tell them how many years that the Baby Steward Foundation has been around.
So we started in 2015.
Yes.
So August, well, in October actually, that's when we became incorporated.
Yes.
Will be 7
Yay.
years.
You know, I'm a cheerleader, I'm a fan.
Yeah, so this has been an incredible experience. I'm grateful for everyone with the encouragement online till this day. Thank you so much. That means a lot. It keeps me going.
Mm-hmm.
Just don't know. It gets hard sometimes. Y'all seen me fall apart, grieve in a very public way, and put myself together publicly too.
Yes, you have. And God has done it all for you. You look absolutely beautiful. I should have said that in the beginning,
Thank
but Ashley is one of my babies. That's what I say, that I'll send her a text or I send her some on Facebook and just say, "Girl, I'm so proud of you." Because I know where she came from. And now I see where she's going, because she's not even standing still, guys. She is still moving forward. She's getting more credentials, but the credentials are not just about Ashley. Ashley's doing that so that she can be equipped to help more people. Ashley, I just want to say hats off to you. If
thank
anyone
you.
deserves any public acknowledgement, I want to be the first to say, and I'm not the first because there's other people who have acknowledged you as well, but I know that your flowers are being given today. People are on the line. That's why I took the time to read the comments, because there's so many people that appreciate what you're doing in the Galveston County area. And I just pray for it to expand outside and beyond, because you're doing
Oh, we
great
are
things.
outside. Hold on, I have to
Come on
pause you
now.
on there because we are
Come on.
beyond. We do
Yes,
disaster
yes,
relief. We've been
yes.
here all the way to Mississippi
Come
and
on now.
Alabama. Been
Yes. Tell them about
our
that.
items have been shipped to different countries that I have
Yes.
beyond to go to in different states. So
Yes.
we
I
outside.
love it.
We outside.
You better say it, Ashley. You better say it. Because, you know, just touching lives, that's commendable. You're
Thank
touching
you.
lives. You're being effective in the earth. And that's your assignment.
Thank you.
And I'm just so honored that you are walking and moving and shaking and stirring up some things in the earth realm for the Lord. The
Yes, some
Lord
good
thy
trouble.
God
We're
is
getting into good
blessed.
trouble
He's
around here.
grateful.
Yes.
He's blessing you. I'm sorry, dear.
I said we're getting into good trouble.
I love it. I love it. That's some good trouble. Yes.
Yes.
Ashley, is there anything? I always like to ask the guests to provide some wisdom nuggets. And I know, being around you all these years, and just in our communication, our dialogue, you have some wisdom for a young lady. Share, please share. Let me put up here the foundation.
Okay. To all the young ladies, I want you to know it does not matter what your past is, what you did even yesterday. Start today, start now, start in this moment. If you want to pursue a business, you want to be a female founder, whatever your dream is, pursue it. If someone is maybe against the dream or the vision, that's okay. They may not be your support system or your cheerleader in this moment, but it doesn't mean let the dream die.
Come
Pursue the
on.
dream. It gets hard. You'll get discouraged. You will
Wow.
want to quit many times, but still be consistent.
Yeah.
Connect with the right people. Know who your circle is. Get you some resources. You might have to pay for certifications and different trainings, but that's okay.
Well
Pursue
worth
the
it.
dream. It can be done.
Well worth it. Well worth it, Ashley. Well worth it. You're just glowing. God is so good to you, and to those that you serve. And I'm glad to hear. I'm glad you announced that, and corrected that you are beyond the Galveston County area, because it started here in
It
Galveston
started
County,
here, yes. And
and
I had
it's
to come back
abroad
home.
now. No,
Right. I
I'm
had to
glad.
come back home and share all the knowledge I learned in
Yes,
Austin and come here and bring it here.
that
I
is
couldn't go
beautiful.
without doing it.
That's beautiful, because people are
Yes.
in need, and babies are born every day, and someone needs pampers and wipes and baby safety chair. The transportation, the safety chairs, and you provide those, and I just love it. Tell us more about the visual. You did share with us. How can someone who has lost a loved one get connected with you for the visual, and so that they can acknowledge their loved one?
Okay. So October is Infant and Pregnancy Loss Awareness Month. That's typically the time, around the time that we do our candlelight visual. So look to the Baby Steward Foundation Facebook page for any updates or any events for it. Um, we usually don't do virtual or anything, so it's in person and it's once a year. However, grief coaching, bereavement support services is all year round. You can reach me on Baby Steward Foundation page, or you can reach me on Coach Ashley. So Ashley the Grief Coach Facebook page as well.
That is beautiful. So you heard it here. You can reach her on Facebook. She is Ashley, the grief coach. She is Ashley, the founder and CEO of the Baby Steward Foundation, which I am so proud of. I'm really holding it together, y'all. I'm trying to, hold it down, because I want to scream with excitement. Y'all have no idea. This young lady, Ashley, my heart is so full tonight with what I've seen you become. And just to know that you ain't done yet. You have more on your menu. Much, much more. Much, much more. And you gave everyone hope. You spoke to ladies, but Even a gentleman can take what you said. Though that was wisdom, wisdom, wisdom that only can come from God. You gave us all a nugget. Is there anything else you want to say, Ashley? Because you know you got a tear coming.
Yes, my eyes are
I'm trying
sweaty.
not to go ahead, but I'm just so grateful to God for what I can see in your life. Yeah.
I just want to thank everyone.
Hmm.
If I met you at any phase of my life during my loss, or at this moment now, with the victory,
Yeah.
thank you for the support, online love, all that matters to me. I'm still human at the end of the day. I still grieve. I still miss my son. However, every day, it gets a little sweeter. And
Yes, it
I
does.
appreciate all of you from the bottom of my heart. Don't think that any positive notes or any videos, what affirmations, whatever you sent me, that it was not looked at and I didn't, take it all in and take it into consideration. I mean, I love it all. I it helps me to thrive, honestly. And
Yeah.
whatever anyone donated to us, it helps us to thrive as an organization. Even $1 pledge, to $5, it it counted. Like, it really made a difference in my organization and the many families that we serve. So thank you. I'm sorry, I'm getting emotional.
I know I'm sitting here trying to hold it together, but I'm glad
Yes.
that my mind is in a good place right now because I want you to say your mother's name, your husband's name, and the two beautiful children that God blessed you after you had to bury your first child.
To my mom, Daphne Gooden, Robert Gooden, my stepmother, Janice Gooden, thank you all for
Yeah.
the support. Y'all were really there for me. Never left my side. My sister, Robin Gooden Charles. I couldn't do this without you. My best friend, Jennifer Bannister Yard, Kelly Woods, Alacia James, Pageant Bryant, Sharon. I couldn't do any of this without you all. Thank y'all so much. My husband, Carlton Stewart, he's
Yeah.
always behind the scene. People don't think he do anything.
He's right
He's
there.
driving the U-Haul. He's putting the donations together when we go on our
Yeah.
weekly pickups at Walmart. So thank you so much, for all the sacrifices all of y'all have made. My aunt Audrey Romar has been supportive since day one. If I missed any of y'all names, I love all of y'all. Thank you. And to my
Yes.
beautiful children, Chloe Stewart, Ashton Stewart, and to CJ,
Yes.
I thank you.
Ashley, thank you for coming on. I'm oh God, I'm just trying to get through this because I'm telling you guys, I was blessed to see this amazing lady become who God says she is, and she's walking boldly in it. So I encourage everyone on the line. Ashley, I'm not gonna put you off. I normally take my guests out, but I gotta have some strength looking at you. But I'm telling you, if you want to sow into a foundation that's really standing on what this young lady's heart's desire has been from day one, she just want to help people and she desires to do so and she's doing it. They've touched so many families. They've touched so many families. So if you want to donate, how we go about if we want to donate? I know there has to be brand new things because you don't give anybody, you know.
Yes, it has to be brand new.
Yeah.
No used or gently used items, packaged diapers, wipes, or the constant need, as the needs of families grow in our community. So
Mm.
diapers will always be a need, wipes.
Well, I'm gonna make a donation tonight, and I pray that everyone that hears this message will go and do so because she's doing positive work. She's doing great work. More ministries should connect and foundations. So, on behalf of Lily Mae Wren Learning and Transformation Center, myself and my sister Valencia Burns, we will make a donation tonight to the Baby Steward Foundation because we believe in what you guys are doing. And I just pray that everyone begin to let it be a ripple effect of blessings because this is a foundation that's really putting the money where their mouth is. They're really going forward in it. So, any parting words, Ashley? Because I'm I'm just so grateful right now to God.
I'm grateful for you all. I'm grateful for you. And I just want to say, everyone, please don't see my story as, you know, that there's no hope or there's no way out. If you have lost a child, may you please seek the necessary help. I went to therapy. Continue to
That's good.
go.
That's good.
But
That's
I
good.
would advise, therapy and then possibly coaching later on down the road. Keep your mental health in check.
Yeah.
It is it's not a right or wrong way to grieve, but there are some wrong ways,
Mhm.
and some terrible habits that you can get into. So please seek the help if you are struggling with the loss of a loved one.
This is awesome. That's that grieving. That's that grieving coach in her. She can help you through your grieving process. God bless you, Ashley. And
Thank you.
please, if someone can put in the feed here, what do you say, the PayPal, and we
Yes,
can
it's
find it
PayPal. Our
under the
tagline for
baby,
PayPal is the baby steward found.
the
So
baby Steward.
FOUND. Yeah, the
Thank
baby
you.
steward found.
Thank you. The baby Stewart found. The baby Stewart found. Can someone type that in for me? The baby Stewart found PayPal.
Yes, on PayPal. Yes,
Because
that's our tag
yes,
name.
I just believe God that some more people are going to be moved like my heart was moved. That my sister and I, we're stepping up to the plate and we're going to sow by way of the foundation and into your foundation, because it's really a ministry as well. So I just want to sign off tonight. Thank you again, Ashley, for
Thank you.
taking the time to come on. I was trying not to have us in tears tonight, but we know how great God is, and He has shown Himself strong once again and over and over and over again, miracle after miracle after miracle. So, you listening audience, I tell you again, I will say it. You want to sow into a foundation that's not just taking your money and doing other things with it. The Baby Steward Foundation is truly sticking to their mission statement, their purpose, and they are fulfilling meeting the needs of the people in not only in this community, but even abroad. So you're sowing into some good seed, good ground, good ground. So if you can sow your seed, and this is your host, Free Little of the Simply Free Little Talk. Thank you, Miss Ashley Stewart.
Thank you.
Bless.
Stay blessed.